Well, we're just renewing this bench top because it's a centre kitchen and it's a quite dark paint job. We've got quite dark brown green walls, so I'm taking the bench top off, and also we had dark brown tiles similar to the colour on the floor on the back, so there's going to be big panel white tiles on the back, and the bench is now going to be an off-white, not quite a cream. When I pulled the tiles off the wall, it just destroyed the jib board. But this one here, because I've got a little piece of original there with corner on it, there's probably a steel corner in there, I'm going to just jib that up flush, and this one here I might cut through there and down there, and I'll put a new piece of jib all the way through the back. In New Zealand we call it jib board. Overseas there's rock wall. Aussie it's jib rock. But in New Zealand we call it jib board. So this one here is a cavity in behind there, and when I built it I put MDF board for the back of there to make the angle, so there's a cavity that goes right down from the ceiling cavity right down to the floor here, so it's accessible for services and anything. It's quite good value. This one here, the tiles came off pretty good. It's just left all the glue behind on this one, so I'm just chiseling buddy that, and with the hammer to get it off. This one here, I'm not going to take those tiles off. I'm going to lay the new tile, which is one big piece, and we'll stick it straight onto those tiles. I might have to give it just a scrape with a diamond saw just to get a bit of keyway onto it, because this thing here has probably got fat off the cooking onto those tiles. I'd probably get into strife. Down here I'll just build that up with plaster a little bit, just for the tile to go onto. The tile's 300 high, or 12 inches high from there to there, so what's that, make it 2 tiles up to the top. There's 2 tiles there, so I could have 1 tile just on its edge there, but I do have a tile join coming through here. Fun and games. I guess it's not my project, it's the missus's project. I'm just the worker. I'll give you another update later on. I just had my friend, the electrician here, was last night. Actually my son's an electrician too, he could have done this, but I had to change this hot point here, which turned the microwave and the oven off, and we were going to use this circuit here to run the hot points, but it's tied up with these two, so we can't run the hobs and the hot points at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I got these two little switches, and I'll put the 2 small switches up there, one there, and that'll be one switch for the microwave oven, and the other switch will go for this hob thing here. This circuit here, which turned on the striker for the gas, I was going to use that circuit there for the cooktop, but that circuit there is also this wire coming down here, which was tied up with these two there. The induction cooktop is 7 kilowatt, and there's a coffee machine here and a toaster that works on that one, so that would push the that circuit too much. So I'll pull this one out, and I'll pull another one through, a separate one through to here. I'll pull a wire through to there, which means we will now have to put a new circuit breaker in. So I've got a 32 amp circuit breaker which will handle 7 kilowatt. The 6mm TPE wire, I mean. These circuit breakers are only $6, which is pretty cool. That's not going to make me broke. I got all the splashback tiles the other day, so I'm going to put these big tiles here, splashback tiles. Now these are 300 wide, and it just so happens that the upstand is exactly 300 wide as well, so that's pretty cool. I've just plastered, I'll rough up those so that the new tile will go clean over top of that. If I try to take those tiles out, it's just going to destroy the jib. This one was lucky that it was MBF. This one here, I didn't want to do that, so I've just plastered that surface up, and I'm just about to put a new piece in here. These are reinforcing because there's no dwangs in the back of here. I used to put dwangs at the back of the top of the sink, so would take the impact there, but this one I didn't. But just a strong back with a bit of jib will do it. New Zealand we call them dwangs, Aussie we call them nogs. I guess there's a new word for the timber going past there in every country you go to. I'll chuck this all back together and then give you another look. There's no use me showing you me hammering and showing you painting, and I mean that gets a bit boring. So I'll fire it up next time. Where all I did with this thing is took the 12-inch tungsten blade off and put my diamond concrete cutting blade on there, and now because it's a draw saw I can cut almost 300 out of it. Because it's a smaller saw, it doesn't cut right back to the end, so which means I only get there to there, which is it's about 270 mils. So, but it's working well. It's doing a nice cut. That's when I cut previous before I used this thing. But that one there is cut, but just with the sandstone, just giving that a bit of a rub over, just smooths out those last little bit of chips, and it comes absolutely spot on. Kitchen's starting to look like the real thing. I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little pieces to go, and we're finished. This is what it used to look like, with a little bit of Remu in the front. Remu is one of our native hardwood timbers. Comes out very nice. Oh well, I better get cracking on and finish this. It's been a big long job. The biggest part of the job is just getting all the tools and stuff that's been packed away. Don't use much of this stuff anymore. Oh, I'll get stuck in and do some more. There's a shot of the finished product. That's for tea. All I've got to do to the place now is paint the ceilings in the 2 bedrooms and put new LEDs in there. That'll be my lot. Oh, I've still got to put a couple of Remu strips on there. Well, that's one of the reasons why I haven't been doing anything on the little tracked robot, and I'm building that trailer, so we'll get into the robot as soon as we get some time.